right, so I'm not an authority on Jimmy Herring, but I did go down a YouTube rabbit hole. He was explaining how he does those slides that are supposed to imitate Derek Trucks' slide playing. I thought that his analysis of his own playing was lacking one key element that he's doing subconsciously. I don't think he's aware that he's using this thing. Now, Derek Trucks always does a rake of muted notes before his index finger starts to play. So when he's playing with his hands, doing his slide business, he kind of goes, right? And those kind of licks, right? And Jimmy Herring did a very similar thing, but didn't talk about it. So it always started with an upstroke through muted strings into this downstroke. Well, he's squashing the guitar with the palm of his hand to mute. And that thing is what gives you a big part of that sound and also takes care of all the muting. If you do it without it, it feels really noodly and strange. And doesn't sound like much, but that sounds much better. You hear that? I'm going up through muted strings and then down, and as I pick, I mute all the strings. I land the mute down with that downstroke. A key element here is to do that rake up, down with the mute, and then every other note you're adding on that string, because you're in that muted position, is just an upstroke. You're right there underneath the string. In general, this upward rake motion is very iconic in blues playing. Steve Ray Vaughan does a lot of it. It's something you have to consciously work on. The difference is usually when you hear it, those upward rakes are followed by a downstroke that's a rest stroke or that's not muted. But this is different. This is... You're using that downstroke and you plant your wrist. A big thing to understand about this technique is that when you are smashing your hand down into the guitar after that upstroke, you are basically dampening all the strings below the string you're attempting to play. So if I play the B string, my hand is sort of resting on the bottom four. So I'm going... And as for muting for the top one, I sort of touch it with my middle finger to dampen it. So it's the kind of dampening that you would do for slide playing. The rest of the guitar is dead, and I'm pretty free to shake this B string as much as I want. I'm really holding with my right hand, right? If I try to do this on the G string, I'm gonna have to mute both top strings with my fingers. And nothing else can vibrate. See you next time. Subscribe and like the page.